Hey there, it's Lukazi. Thanks for joining me again for another replay. Here's a replay between a Zerg player and a Terran player. Sly the yellow Zerg in the bottom middle, and Kaboom Baby the purple Terran in the north. This is another game in a series of King of the Hills between friends. They're playing here on Metropolis, which was, I believe, Kaboom's pick, as he had won the game previous to this. Um, Kaboom is going to be using a 5 barracks push on this one. Pretty common for Terran players, to try this push on Zerg players, especially since there's been a few videos of pro players doing it. It usually calls for pumping out a large amount of Reapers and then going and switching to Marauders when the Roaches are out to counter those Reapers. It generally works very well, as Terran has so many counters to Zerg starting units. Reapers with a few Marauders can counter Zerglings very easily. Even trying to surround those Reapers, if the Terran player positions his Marauders well, he can kind of defend against it and keep those Reapers alive. And the only real opportunity to counter Reapers is, well, at least before converting and getting a lair, are of course Roaches with their range and their heavy armor, so they don't take the extra damage from light. But Marauders, of course, counter that. Both players are scouting right now. Sly has observed 2 of the bases so far and realizes that his opponent is in the top middle. And Kaboom Baby doesn't look like I don't think he saw that Overlord over there, so he doesn't know where Sly is yet. He didn't scout this top position up here. So looks like he's aiming for the last one. Looks like he's popping up to see if he can get any sight of anything building. He doesn't. He's moving on down. He's going to find Sly here in a second. Sly going for a very standard build. He just put up his pool at about 2 minutes. He has not gone for any gas, so he may not be going for speedlings right off the bat. He could be going for his fast expand. He does see that Kaboom has a refinery up, and his first barracks was nearly done when Sly rolled in here. So he assumes either some type of Reaper harassment with that refinery being up so early, or he could be expecting some type of early stim upgrade with Marauder Marine push on him, also very effective against Zerg. He is in his base. He doesn't see the pool yet. He doesn't know how long it's been. Looks like he's setting his rallies now. Moving around. And he sees the spawning pool is completed. He doesn't see any gas, so he doesn't see fast gas. So that's important for him to know. That makes it even better for his Reaper strategy. This is probably where he's going to make the decision to either go for Reapers, because he hasn't seen that gas to counter it, or he could go for the Marauders regardless. It looks like he's going to go for the Reapers, which is probably the better call based on what he's scouted. And he's thrown up a second refinery to get that gas to pump out those Reapers. Sly's thrown up his first 2 Zerglings, and he's killed the SCV to prevent any more scouting on his end. He does have an extractor up. I'm not sure if Kaboom saw that. Looks like he did. So he will know that he's going to be getting some speedlings here. Sly's already thrown up his expansion, going for it early here, and is throwing up a Spine Crawler and a Roach Warren as he knows those Reapers are coming. He saw that gas. He knows that's going to be the strategy. He's got to get something out to counter it as soon as possible. It looks like Kaboom is throwing up his 2nd and 3rd barracks currently, and he will have the production, it looks like, to be able to pump out at least 3 at a time right now, and he keeps making those SCVs to be able to get up to that 5 barracks push that we were talking about. Now Sly's almost finished his Spine Crawler. His expansion is up. He has 1 queen up, and he is spawning larvae at his expansion. Looks like he's building those Roaches right now, training them up. First one's finished. And he's in a pretty good position as far as what units he has. He has 1 Roach and a Queen to Kaboom's 2 Reapers here, so he's in a pretty good position. Now Sly is getting the visual confirmation of that Reaper there at the tower. Kaboom getting the sight there to see if any Zerglings are coming from this side of the map. And he's throwing up his 4th and 5th barracks currently, and getting a few more supply depots up to be able to push that out. Looks like he could go a little lighter on the gas and a little bit heavier on the minerals. It's probably just because he's built so many barracks in the last minute and a half about. And now he's really getting these cranking, pumping out those Reapers. He already has the speed upgrade, it looks like, and He isn't researching stims, so he's planning to get a really good push off on these Reapers to give him enough time to research stims. A lot of players will research stims as they're doing their research, as they're doing their Reaper push, as it lets the research have time. It's a fairly long research at 140 seconds. Gives it time to finish and be ready for the Marauders to come out. Just getting a little scouting done. He loses his Reaper, but he sees most of the composition of Sly's army. He sees 1 or 2 Roaches and a Queen there defending, and he knows that the Roach Warren is up. He has, looks like 5 Reapers now, and 5 Barracks pumping out more. He is even ahead on the number of SCVs he has here. Looks like Sly's throwing out his evolution chamber, maybe to start his researches, maybe just to get some anti-air defense. And Sly's sending some Zerglings across the map, maybe to get some look at the base, see if he can get through a wall that's there early before a big push comes. He sees that there's a lot of Reapers heading across the map. Looks like he decides to try and go for a push to try and cripple. Maybe he thinks his Queen and the Spine Crawlers he has up will be able to take care of it. Not sure if that's going to work out for him. Yeah, it looks like those Reapers are just going to tear right through that hatchery. And look at all that damage they're doing. Each wave of bombs takes off about, I don't know, a sixth of the base's health, of the hatchery's health. And here are all these Reapers just easily jumping down the hill, getting away from the Queen and the Roach, and starting to throw some damage into those drones. Takes out quite a few drones there, and he's going to run from this one Roach, it looks like. No, he's back. And he's just throwing out the damage on that hatchery. He knows he's going to lose these Reapers, but it's going to be definitely worth it if he can take out both of the hatcheries of the Zerg player. I don't know why he retreated at that point. There he goes. He gets it off. So Sly has no hatcheries right now. Kaboom is in a 5 barracks all-in push mode here. Doesn't look like he's oh, there it is. He's researching stims, and he has quite a few Marauders up right now, able to counter those Roaches, and those Reapers are just gonna wreak havoc on what's left of Sly's army here. Sly has quite a few Roaches, very few Zerglings to counter the Marauders, and I don't think he's gonna be able to pull it back out here. Looks like his hatchery's slowly creeping its way along, and we'll see if it'll be able to finish by the time that Kaboom decides to push again. Kaboom should really push. I know he's waiting for the stims to kind of assure victory here, but even if he did throw away his army, he's still going to be able to get a good push off and probably further cripple and definitely assure victory. Sly apparently didn't notice those Reapers coming across the map, which really cost him the game. I'm not sure if they passed underneath his Overlord. It looks like they did skirt around the edge over on this side, and we weren't really able to see anything. So it was a pretty good push by him. Sly acknowledging that it was a very good push there. And here, Kaboom is moving across the map to finish off Sly. This hatchery looks like it's just going to finish in time for it to be destroyed again. We'll see if he'll be able to pull out some defense using this hill to his advantage to try and get some damage on it, but looks like he has an equal number of Marauders to, well, it looks like a little bit more Marauders than Sly's Roaches, so it's pretty unlikely he's going to be able to get a strong enough defense out with Marauders and the amount of power that they punch with that stim pack. Yeah, Sly calling the GG there, and there it is. So we saw here a very aggressive 5 barracks push out of Kaboom here. Very effective on Zerg players starting out, as they don't really have many options to counter that many Reapers. Even the number of Roaches they can put out still are going to play so much of their time moving and trying to defend from the highly mobile Reapers, which gives the Terran player enough time to research stims and get those Marauders out to counter them. Now, the best option here, of course, is to get out enough Roaches to stop the Reapers, and then go and try and get Hydras or mass enough Zerglings to counter that push of Marauders. But as the way Kaboom set up his army, he had enough Reapers left to kind of chew through any Zerglings that were going to be there. If he just hid them in the middle of his Marauders, he was going to just be able to chew through those before they took enough damage or died to not have him assure victory. So there we have a 5 barracks push with Reapers and Marauders versus a Zerg player who went for a fast expand. Thanks for tuning in again.